You know, it's funny. If you go back in the day, you didn't even really think about the term GOAT. You thought about Ali, Muhammad Ali talking about it, but you didn't really, it wasn't a phrase. It's funny how people now want to assimilate themselves as being the best of everything in this. We didn't really even think about it like that back then. We weren't told that. It's funny how GOAT now has become something that is synonymous with people have to put titles with stuff, and they started doing that mess. I know some people would throw Elvis as the king and they throw Ali as the GOAT, but we didn't have a lot of people really making a lot of bold headlines. It was a different time. I remember when Joe Namath with the guarantee, and it was like a few things. Now, because today everybody's got something that they trying to make proclamations and declarations and saying stuff. Wasn't always the case. If you come along in an era when saying GOAT and that you were this and you were that, you had to prove it. You were held accountable. Now the streets still make you do it today, but back then it really was something that, hey, people were watching you. And until you actually did it, that's when you got the fanfare. It ain't like now where they hype you not on sight, on scene, and throw it at you and say, oh yeah, yeah, you this and that. It was a different ball game, and it hit differently back then. But it just goes to show you when people start throwing terms like GOAT and the king and you're this and you're that, the boast and brag is more common now than it was back then. That's what I like to say, the boast and the brag. The underdog and the mindset, but it was a whole different totality. It really hit so completely different. So it's one of those things that when you see people doing stuff, they now do way too much. Wasn't the case back then. And I have to emphasize that a lot. The mindset of it was completely different and what have you. But where did we become allowed to just boast and brag about stuff where you didn't prove, where you had to prove yourself? And it's a trip how it has become the norm now to say you the GOAT, you the best, you this and you that, and you ain't really done nothing. But that is what we're era we in because they're so quick to overtake stuff. You sat there back in the day and you romanced and thought about stuff, and it took a long time before you earned your keep. You had to earn it a lot longer. Now they find a way to manipulate and they throw it at you and they say, oh, well, you know, this is that and this and that and this and that. It's crazy when you think about it, you know. But the truth of the matter is this is that it's really the totality of it is really just not really like that. You know, it's really sad at how they push the agendas about trying to say someone is GOAT, someone's the best to ever do it, this is the king, that's all this and all that. Where did that logic come from? Because you can't blame it on Ali, and you can't really blame with the Elvis Presley narrative, even though that was loaded and that came with an asterisk. But still, you had to have actually have done something that people kind of felt represented the times and stuff, but it took time for stuff to kind of, work itself until people got that beyond. But nowadays, people throw the term goat and king around a lot, and somehow it's like a rite of passage. They just throw terms around, and people are like seduced by it and think, oh, yeah, that's how it is. It's not always the case, though. But anyway, please tell me what you think, because do you think that it's been overused, overrushed, and much too soon with the hype? Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another initiative if you like. Hit that membership because when you do videos that you request, I bring forth back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay real, stay woke, stay true, stay you, stay free. I'm out. One time. Peace.